welcome you to the St. Kitts and Nevis Technical Center as we kick off Concacaf Nations League, the play-in round for the Concacaf Gold Cup. It is Cuba taking on St. Kitts and Nevis. Good evening and welcome to this two-legged affair. Mike Watts on hand for the call. 82 degrees, perfectly temperate forecast for this first of two meetings over the next 5 days that will determine who advances to the upcoming Concacaf Gold Cup preliminary round. This is St. Kitts and Nevis' road to this point. It's a side with 3 wins and a draw in League C, arriving as the winner of Group C. All the while forging a 0-0 draw against Cuba in the opener, followed by ultimately a pair more draws and eventually a loss that sees them to the bottom of League A, providing the impetus for the play-in round for the Cubans. And so this Concacaf Nations League play-in round commences with the League C group winners and the best runner-up taking on the 5th and 6th place teams of League A.
Concacaf League.
It should be a fascinating set of fixtures here between two teams that would not ordinarily see one another
Cuba
in the Nations League, all with a spot in the preliminary round on the line for the upcoming Gold Cup next summer.
Mr. DJ, you're talking too slow.
Well, here come the teams Cuba and St. Kitts and Nevis. An important game for both nations. As we approach kickoff here tonight, the initial 22 combatants alongside the Concacaf appointed referees.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Cuba. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Well, let's begin again, shall we? Welcome to the Concacaf Nations League play-in round. It is Cuba taking on St. Kitts and Nevis from the St. Kitts and Nevis Technical Center. Good evening, wherever you may be. Mike Watts on hand for the call. League A, 5th and 6th place teams. One last chance at qualifying for the Gold Cup through this much more difficult faction, taking on the group winners, the best runner-up of League C in this most recent edition of the Nations League. 4 separate ties, of which 2 begin tonight, 2 tomorrow. It is home and home. St. Kitts and Nevis will move on to Cuba come November the 18th for the second leg of this fixture. Take a look at the starting lineup for St. Kitts and Nevis for this very significant game. It is a side that captains Jelani Archibald in the back. Amani Sterling James has been a real menace for opposing teams in Nations League, and time in midfield tonight. A number of players with experience in England featuring for the St. Kitts and Nevis side. Archibald features for the big side, Platense in Central America. Tori Penso, along with Brooke Mayo, Catherine Nesbitt, Ashley Simon, all officials from the United States. 4 female officials overtaking this significant Concacaf Nations League match. Penso has officiated the very highest levels of the international game and draws the whistle to. A look at the starting lineup for Cuba. Delgado in goal. Paradella is featured in the U.S. Currently in Costa Rica, captains the side. Keep an eye on Onel Hernandez, the forward who features for Norwich City. St. Kitts and Nevis, 5 unbeaten, dating back to a 4-0 loss in World Cup qualifying against Costa Rica. They will continue qualifying with Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada in June. FIFA's 143rd ranked team. Taking on a Cuba side coming off a disappointing Nations League defeat in Trinidad and Tobago that proved their downfall out of the top 4 in Nations League A. FIFA's 166th ranked team. It is the 4th all-time meeting between these two and the first in 23 years. Now they'll do it twice in 5 days with a place, the Gold Cup play-in, on the line. Tori Penso offers the opening whistle, and here we go in St. Kitts and Nevis. The first leg between St. Kitts and Nevis and Cuba. Ball played back. Morgado. Maine Sawyers, who features at Cardiff, providing nominal pressure. Nelly's Castillo leads the Cuban side. Austin Huggins, the head coach for St. Kitts and Nevis. Ball touched away by Orlando de la Cruz. Here's the St. Kitts and Nevis staff. And an early throw deep in the attacking end for St. Kitts and Nevis. Flick on off the mark. Let's see the kit makers shows violence tonight. black numbers on red. Delgado. Skips away from Hernandez. In from Malik Roberts. Cuba's faced the better of the competition, but St. Kitts and Nevis have been winning. What is the difference between form against foe? Find out tonight. Delgado out of his reach.
Again, second.
Up from Morjan. So by Piedra. Road goals are significant unless the second leg were to get to extra time. So there's plenty in it here for Cuba to be the aggressor, try and set the tone in the tie. Winner after 2 legs will find themselves in the prelims. The number of sides who have already qualified for that stage. Kept in by Delgado. Already 12 teams have qualified for the upcoming Concacaf Gold Cup. A lob forward and stab down. Matos puts it wide. Hernandez. Angel. Hernandez. Angel. Make the most of it. Steer away. Morjan. Delgado. And lashed off frame by Angel. 12 teams already know they're into the upcoming Gold Cup. Mexico, Canada, the United States, and Panama pre-qualifying. Costa Rica, Suriname, Jamaica, Honduras, El Salvador, St. Lucia, Haiti, Dominican Republic have already earned their place. Qualification for the prelims: Guatemala, Guyana, Nicaragua, Trinidad and Tobago, Bermuda, and Curacao. Corella Espino, choose of the Guatemalan giant Comunicaciones. Throw for Malik Roberts. Roberts sought to play through the whistle from Torrey Penso. Forward by Maynard. Mitchum. First ball's away. And to Morgado. 41 members associations in the Concacaf region taking part. We're down to 8 teams, this all in a 5-day span. Qualifiers to the qualifiers, so to speak. League A side having the right to host second in every instance. Such the case for Cuba. Sterling James. End line cut back. St. Kitts and Nevis have the opening goal. What a brilliantly taken goal it is. A magnificent start. Sterling James driving end line. Half-hearted from Marshawn. And St. Kitts and Nevis have found the opening goal. Romaine Sawyers.
St. Kitts and Nevis, number 19, in the 8th minute. That goal was scored in the 8th minute.
What a start for St. Kitts and Nevis. Ball hung across, sits for Hernandez. Hustled away from the ball. That's a goal kick. There is Jelani Archibald. Nearly a throw. Sawyers in the 8th minute, the lone goal. Archibald over 70 caps now for St. Kitts and Nevis. '33-year-old playing for the Honduran side Platense. Sawyers
Matos got to the end of it. Served inward toward Reyes. Angel. It's a clean tackle. Mitchum. Free kick, St. Kitts and Nevis. The only relative St. Kitts and Nevis kit comparison I could make would be the Saprissa purple on black that they'd wear at home in Concacaf League and Concacaf Champions Cup. Similar sheen, similarly difficult to read. Anywho, free kick St. Kitts and Nevis. Amari Sterling James assisted the opening goal and presumably stands over the ball here for St. Kitts and Nevis. Sterling James chipped across, man unmarked at the back post. Last Cuba's cut it out. Hernandez. Espino. Angel. Delgado. Patient approach. Now Cuba press the gas. Matos. Delgado. Did he run out of room? He did. Running out of options. Morajan. Hopefully that became the best option for Cuba.
Green bibs. Call him. Only that gentleman wearing the yellow bib can move. You need to stay behind that line. If you're going to cross on that side.
Long throw in for St. Kitts and Nevis.
Only the gentleman wearing the yellow.
Mitchum. Forked into space and brought in by Maynard. Through ball. He finds Morgado. Turned by Reyes. It used to be the Cuban national team was made up entirely of players featuring in Cuba. And that has changed substantially. If you look at the starting lineup tonight, Jean coming from Santa Ana, Edra coming from San Carlos in Costa Rica, Hernandez from Norwich, Spino from Comunicaciones. Searching for a bit of space atop the 18. Deep lying overlap arrives for Cuba. On the mark from Paradella. Matos. Swiped away, Archibald. Lines this through. It's on for St. Kitts and Nevis. Driving goal! Above the bar. Coming off his line, Morgado. You can see the appeal. How was that untouched? Tyree Shade throwing plenty of shade at the AR. Clearly that touched the arm, did it not? Archibald sending a laser beam through. A wide run, wise to it. And the man from Swindon Town, our Division English side, driving over. Indeed, they have given the corner now. "20 minutes complete tonight in St. Kitts and Nevis. Chance of a second effort in the corner. Corner. Smashed away. Free kick, St. Kitts and Nevis. This one earned by Steven. Into the box. Sent away to the oohs and ahs, the home crowd. Sawyer's the goal in the 8th minute. Contact from Angel, but ultimately lost it, and now the whistle and a free kick. And that will skitter back to Morgado. Quite the battle there at the end from Sawyers and Angel. Back by Morajan. All through and a heavy touch leads it to Archibald. The home goal tonight for St. Kitts and Nevis underscores the value of a road goal for Cuba. Puts them in a very perilous spot should they leave here 1-0 down. One singular goal for St. Kitts and Nevis in Cuba. Paired with that, suddenly Cuba would need 3 on home ground. It's for an awfully tall hill to climb for what could be just one minor error compounded.
Get over. Get over. Over. Hey, Red, come on. Yeah, go, Ramos. Alejandro. See it. Time. Let's keep getting up quick. Well done. Leave it, time. Ramos is both. Hey, Marty. Oh, your hand in. When we're playing like that, tell him to spin. Yeah? Yeah, tight. Push on the 5. You have it. When we lost it there, tell them to spin, not to come short. Move. Down the line again. Okay, push the all bell tight on that.
Sterling James. Big diagonal. Sterling James there again. Hernandez, 11 in white. Espino. Paradella turned down the overlap into an offside position for Reyes. Top 10 goal scorer all time for Cuba, Reyes. scored a dozen international goals. Andre Burley. Foul drawn by Ray Angel. Goal kick. The reaction from Giannis Mitchum.
Hey, that's the left back. Mark the man. That's the wing I got mark.
It's a wing back.
Mark the fucking man.
I've got to do two, and you do nothing. I've got to do two, man.
Orlando De La Cruz put under pressure and ultimately wins a free kick for Cuba. Foul came from Sawyers, who scored the goal in the 8th minute. Paradella. Touched wide by Hernandez. Delgado. Archibald. And an injured player for St. Kitts and Nevis. That is Malik Roberts, the outside back. Corey Penso calling for the athletic training staff and now a stretcher to attend to this issue. See fans here camped out on the walls that enclose the pitch here. Ball's up in the bleachers. It is the first of two legs. St. Kitts and Nevis very strong in League C. Won their group, earned promotion and a place here in the play-in. And Sawyer's the goal in the 8th minute. Cuba, on the other hand, death by 1,000 draws in League A sees them into the bottom two. This event tonight here in the capital in St. Kitts.
Yeah, boys, come, let's go. Ramos. Next 5 or 10, if you've got it, if they come short, just spin it. Tell them to fucking spin. Boys, get on the pitch, come on!
Lottie wider. Dre, go that side. Lowe's is there. Dre, go that side. Here you go.
Ramos!
Over the fullback, Delani. Delani, over the fullback. Over Maney's head.
Sawyers. Cedes possession back to St. Kitts and Nevis. It looks like a 19. Guess it was Mervyn Lewis. Leaping up, Morgado. Marchand. Reyes. That's too far for Delgado. Challenge withstood, took it as far as they could. That is a free kick for Cuba. What a delightful chance to come for the Cubans, surely. Mervyn Lewis catching Paradella. That's a free kick to the roadside. Road goals do carry that additional value. So Cuba trying to regain control here in the play-in round. This two-legged series against St. Kitts and Nevis. Whip toward the front post. Cleared by St. Kitts and Nevis. Cuba, vast majority of the ball to this point. It's meant very little. They've yet to really test Jelani Archibald. St. Kitts and Nevis creating a moment of magic 8 minutes into the game. By Sawyers. The outlet came up short. Back by Lewis. Another free kick. That one seated by Piedra. Frustration starting to bubble. First yellow of this game, either way. This moment between Paradella and Shade.
Yellow card issued to number 23 of Cuba. That yellow card was issued in the 37th minute.
Paradella got a yellow card. Flipped from range and met by Ismael Morgado. Delgado.
Hey, Alejandro, down the line. Wait, get off the Vale, espalda.
Driver of PB 6412. Light is on.
Cambia rápido. Go again.
You've been trying to speed play a little bit. St. Kitts and Nevis really, look, so often you'll see a team sprout up 200 passes against a team sitting really deep. St. Kitts and Nevis hasn't really played that deep either. I mean, this has been a pretty consistent low to mid block, but they haven't exactly sat in deep banks at this point. Cuba just hasn't done enough to unsettle them. Big difference. Ball usher through, Paradella's there. Paradella went for goal and scored. Finally, they found their way through. Cuba level the match. They've got a road goal, 1-1. Finally, De La Cruz, there's the dummy. St. Kitts and Nevis see two defenders bracketing Paradella who come in off the outside. Neither able to stymie the run. And in the 40th minute, finally, Cuba shows signs of attacking life. And grabbed the 40th minute equalizer on the night and grabbed the road goal.
23, that goal was scored in the 40th minute.
Both these sides still alive in World Cup qualifying. Both of them this stage trying to eke out a position in the Gold Cup prelims. Which has been the home of some pretty amazing stories in recent years. Maybe it hasn't translated into Gold Cup proper, but really spectacular moments.
64-17. The light is on.
Delgado. Hey, that's the energy Cuba needed. Relo Spino. On the hell. Pitchforked onto Espino. Skims the surface to Delgado. Looked outside, met by St. Kitts and Nevis.
Man! Yes!
Ball through, this is offside. And yes, Torrey Penso's going to come back and give the foul. I could have given two fouls there, to be truthful. Could argue one there. Certainly say that's a tad overextended from Espino. So the foul won by Mitchum. There's Maynard out of Radcliffe. throw in dealt with adequately by the Cubans. Matos on a free kick. Struck from range. Way above the bar by Piedra.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth
To
official on
first
the
half
sideline
stoppage time. You
has
can see a couple
indicated
minutes.
A minimum of 3 minutes to be added.
Three
to the
added.
First half. A minimum of 3 minutes to be added to the first half. Give the opportunity, they give a very dangerous free kick. Paradello's already scored, could well do it again. Scored in the 40th. Try and help Cuba to the lead before halftime. Go for the finesse of Paradella or the strength of the center back, Corella Espino. Wall is 5 narrowly willing participants. Paradella. Final seconds of this first half. Maybe something's on here for St. Kitts and Nevis. Paradella intervenes. Cuba. There was about a minute-long layoff around that free kick. To be allowed to play through. Hernandez gave chase. Archibald grabs it. Is that enough? It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half,
That is
scores
halftime in St. Kitts and Nevis. This opening leg, the play-in round.
Cuba 1.
Level at 1 goal apiece. Sawyers in the 8th, Paradella in the 40th. Both nice interchange goals. And Cuba the advantage with the away goal. Halftime at the St. Kitts and Nevis Technical Center. Cuba 1, St. Kitts and Nevis 1. Concacaf Nations League play in second half underway between Cuba and St. Kitts and Nevis. Ball speared forward by Cuba. Paradella beneath it. Scored the equalizer in the 40th. Away goals do count that little bit extra in regulation time of this two-legged series. Still a long way to go here. Another road goal would be simply critical for Cuba. Early service through. Not the simplest of clearances. Slid up and out by Piedra. Leads to a corner for St. Kitts and Nevis. Leon Anline Mitchum. Free kick, tighter than the corner. Sterling James. And there is St. Kitts and Nevis grabbing another one. Sterling James, part of both goals. This a near post flick on header. St. Kitts and Nevis are in dreamland again. And this time, Andre Burley.
The goal was scored in the 48th minute. Goal scored for St. Kitts Nevis by number 4. That goal was scored in the 48th minute.
So St. Kitts and Nevis jostle the lead back away from Cuba. Now, if the Cubans were to find another goal, those two road goals would give them quite a valuable margin going back. Level on aggregate. If they manage to keep it level and less than 2-2, worst they could do is extra time in the play-in after 180. Surely something St. Kitts and Nevis are acutely aware of. Paradella crossfield. Matos. The referee said there's nothing in that. On hell. Piedra deflected, but Matos persists. Espino. Offside.
Come on, defense, bye. Oh yeah, you're bad at you. You see this bad at you. Don't play with the man, you take off. Okay. Good. Come here. Hey, so fast feet, you know. Play shade.
It's a throw.
Back to the final video.
Mitchum's been handling the long throws. Cruz. Finally a bit too much from Piedra. Tugged, and finally the shade fell. Offside. Paradella, the give and go off of De La Cruz, and ball. It's an obvious one. Serving card. And Ordell Fleming is booked. Paradella feigns. Paradella. Archibald watches this cruise by.
Yellow card issued to number 3 of St.Kitts Nevis. That yellow card issued in the 55th minute.
That find its way through. That is a foul. There's plenty of support behind. It's a yellow card to Marjan.
55th minute. Yellow card issued to number 5 of Cuba. That yellow card was issued in the 56th minute. Yellow card issued to number
Sterling
5
James really
of
go from
Cuba.
here?
That yellow card was issued in the 56th minute.
Morgado awaits. Sterling James saved Morgado. Not a bad effort. Deflected on the way in. Oh, whipped it frame and caught by Morgado this time.
Tranquilo, tranquilo. Rápido, rápido, rápido.
Pinged outside by Reyes. Whipped it frame, sent aside by Archibald. And now Archibald snatches the offside flag on the ensuing effort. Suddenly the game has come alive. What an effort from Lionel Hernandez. Quick trigger, spinning and firing. Charging through, does Cuba find an equalizer? Hernandez fouled, is outside the area. No simulation. I imagine Maynard, his reaction, doesn't think he had done anything wrong there. It is tight smattering of footsteps. Definitely nothing doing. Free kick by St. Kitts and Nevis, approaching the hour mark tonight. 7 shots aside. Paradella. Paradella offering. Archibald kept that in. Paradella spots a nice ball down into the left channel. Paradella! Paradella! Nearly the Cuban captain. First change for Cuba. That is Michael Camejo off the bench from La Habana. Places Rayon Hell. The changes for St. Kitts and Nevis at this point. Kamari Rogers.
Substitution made for Cuba. Out, number 16, in, number 10. Substitution was also made for St. Nevis. Out, number 3, in, number 14. Another substitution was also made for St. Nevis.
Fleming,
number 9.
Placed by Terrell.
In, number 11.
Rogers, the two substitutes for St. Kitts and Nevis. Hernandez. Newcomer Camejo. Life difficult right off the bat. Sawyers and Burley, the goals for St. Kitts and Nevis, both assisted by Sterling James. Paradella for Cuba. 2-1. Angled across, appeal for handball. Referee says no. Service from De La Cruz. Paradella. Reyes was pouring off the right side. Door well closed by Camejo. Play on here for St. Kitts and Nevis. Inside the channel, Delgado caught him. Foul. Crowd tonight. St. Kitts and Nevis trying to get off on the right foot. The crowd's only swelled as the night has gone on. Header smashed back across the face. It was a decent look, too, from Maynard. Second bite of the apple here. Final intervention, otherwise Cuba is off to the races. Cuba making a change. That is Pedro Bravo coming in. And into the
Substitution
night
made for Cuba. Out. Number 14 in. Number 3. That substitution was made in the 70th minute.
Still another about 20 minutes to play. Snuck by Hernandez down to Archibald. Physicality is certainly taking an uptick. Bring this back and the Cuban frustration abates. Cuba finds another goal, and the away goals swing in their favor. Second leg in Cuba next week. Enter this tie on to the play-in round. Upcoming Gold Cup. Sent away by Archibald. Slip through, the opening is there, that's blocked by Piedra. Still it's on for St. Kitts and Nevis.
Get it back up to me.
Paradella.
74.
Bravo still calling for a foul. Led to play on. De La Cruz.
Ladies and gentlemen, the total attendance for tonight's
I want
game
people in my hand.
400.
Take you want to help me correctly.
comes all the way out. Set up by Sawyers. Rogers tied up with Marjan. Only a throw. Painful for Delgado. Not the ball. Murray Sterling James shown the yellow. Here be worth its weight in gold for Cuba. Paradella awaits.
Number 22 of St.Kitts, Nevis in the
Play short.
minute.
So was able to combine. Over the top, maybe Cuba have another look at this. Angling for space, touched away from Hernandez, that's a corner. And taken quickly by Cuba as well, too quickly. Contact from Terrell, not worthy of a free kick. Benso lost her footing. In the light of the crowd, I suppose. Laundry Clark.
Substitution made for St. Kitts Nevis out. Number 22 in. Number 16. That
Mark
substitution
Sterling
was made
James,
in
mentioned him
the
at the outset.
82nd minute.
Tremendous performance. 2 assists in this game. Has he and St. Kitts and Nevis done enough? Got a Cruz playing inside. Olmejo outside. Sent it frame and eventually leapt upon by Archibald. Could have been a serious problem there. Hernandez finally is opening. That's twice now that he's been able to get whistling shot off from a tight turn. Six minutes and stoppage time to play. Whoa, touched away from the line. Morgado, second time's the charm. Woo. Could have been devastating conclusion to Cuba's hopes of an equalizer tonight. That was a defensive header up Marjan. That is Maury, St. Kitts and Nevis. Cuba will take Reyes off. Replace him, Katasos.
Substitution made for St. Kitts Nevis out. Number 8 in. Number 10. That substitution was made in the 86th minute. Substitution was also made for Cuba.
Ball toward frame. Cuba up to that task. Suddenly St. Kitts and Nevis finding their way a bit. Trying to prod home a third before full time. Driving, firing near post. Paradella's been a near constant danger tonight. Contact in the penalty area. That is a goal kick. Not enough. Free kick, time ticks away. It'll get into the 90th minute now. Ball denied. Still it's on here. St. Kitts and Nevis on the front foot seeking their third.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sideline has indicated a minimum of 6 minutes to be added to the second half.
Plenty of time.
Minimum
6
of
added
6
minutes.
minutes to be added to the second half.
Offside flag raised, unacknowledged. Paradella showing off the wheels here. Paradella all the way, went down. Referee wags the finger, no. That is not a penalty for Cuba. It is a chance the other way for St. Kitts and Nevis. Driving in, cut across, cleared. for St. Kitts and Nevis. And now things are really bubbling over. Well, something's happening. And pending what the officials here put in the report, it could very genuinely cause a problem the rest of the way to the back pocket, it appears. Well, not a lot of that was seen very clearly. Paradella showing off exactly where he'd been kicked. And we've got a mess on our hands here in stoppage time.
Tiempo. Ven ahí. Más descuentos y más descuentos. Ustedes entienden bien. ¿Entienden bien? Tiempo.
This is going to be a mess, and they play again in less than a week. I don't think anyone's going to forget about that. Assistant coach is about to get tossed. Well, this is probably going to need quite the explainer. So we play on here. That was about 3 minutes without a ball kicked. So we'll see if we get to close to 100 minutes. Free kick, Cuba. And that's Taekwon Terrell being helped up. This really hit the skids at the end. And yet, if Cuba equalize here, go back with the lead on away goals. Paradella. Lofting. She'll touch from Maynard. Yeah. That was a rough foul. Took a whack right at the legs. There's nothing in that other than Piedra trying to exact a pound of flesh. I don't understand why Sawyers is so frustrated.
I'm not taking it, Shaggy's taking it, Shaggy, go!
That's it, it's full time. It is an enormous win for St. Kitts and Nevis. Plenty of controversy at the end. Bubbled over. You can imagine when this gets to Cuba next week, none of it will be forgotten. Sawyers in the 8th. Paradella equalizes with a critical away goal in the 40th. Andre Burley in the 48th proves the winner on the night and cedes the advantage back to St. Kitts and Nevis at this stage. Final score at the St. Kitts and Nevis Technical Center. St. Kitts and Nevis 2,
end of the second
Cuba
half.
1.
St. Kitts Nevis 2, Cuba 1. St. Kitts Nevis 2, Cuba 1.
Paradella would find the equalizer shy of halftime. 40th minute, 1-1. Paradella above the bar, then take us to the break. Into the second half. Cleared away by Deandra. There would be the go-ahead goal, the eventual winner tonight. Amari Sterling James. 3 minutes out of the break. Ball for a yellow there. This yellow the other way. Really good effort. Great save by Morgado to turn away Sterling James after the 2 early assists. And then the back the set-piece goal. Paradella went for goal. That would hit off the base of the post. This would be a foul for Delgado. And a yellow. Morgado just barely able to inch back far enough to whisk that away from the post. And the frustration continued to bubble in both technical areas, to be truthful. And this is where it all reached a fever pitch. It's one thing to try and get the ball away. A couple of these felt like a lot more than that. And that shove. Cards came out. The assistant coach went all the way down into the middle of this. That's what got him sent off. Yeah, you can't go out of your technical area and all the way to the corner flag to go argue about time. Anywho, full time arrived. 2-1 favor of St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, about the only thing sterling about this game was Amari Sterling James, 2 assists. Sawyers and Burley the goals for St. Kitts and Nevis, and despite 10 shots, Cuba only gets the 1 goal from Luis Paradella, but it is a crucial away goal that gives them plenty of hope as they head back the island of Cuba for the second leg on the 18th. So, for our entire team in St. Kitts and Nevis and beyond, Mike Watt saying thanks for watching Concacaf Nations League and the play-in. It finishes here, St. Kitts and Nevis 2, Cuba 1. Good night.